Alright guys, I forgot my oh, first of all, hello. My mic. I'm in big time trouble. Everything's a problem lately, but it's gonna work out, guys. It's gonna work out, I think. There we go. Hope everybody's doing well. Good. Alright, hope everything's good.
You come up with a drill? Did you come up with one or did you come up with one?
Yeah, I think I came up with one.
You come up with one?
Well, no, not a strictly one. I came up with one person.
So this was my
Asymmetrical, where it's just one person? Asymmetrical, there's a word for when it's just one way.
This is mine.
Okay, so I gotta go, oh, you're going to get, yeah. So if you punch me straight is the only time that, hook is the only time I'm gonna go out. If you punch me straight, I'm going this way. So I'm gonna go this way. Punch the middle.
So it'll be
That. Are you gonna punch this way? Are you gonna?
I'm a hook.
Okay.
I just want you to look at it and point it.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay.
But then
You're gonna slow, bro. Slow. Boom. Boom. Okay.
I ended up doing one of these. I don't know how I got there.
What you want to do is, if you're gonna do that, let's say you're throwing. So I'm gonna throw a hook punch. You're gonna stop. Boom. If I'm gonna go. Boom. I'm gonna go here, and you want to pull. The way to do this is to just put a little pressure here, pressure on both, and then just go boom. Would be the way to go. Okay. And then hit here, and then turn this way. And since you're going that way, I go boom. Hit that way. And then since I'm here, boom, go that way. That would be a good drill, but it depends. It depends on.
I just confused this both, so good thing you stepped in.
We're good. We're good. If we look at the drill and say to ourselves, what is it I'm doing every single step? Every step. So you're thinking, whatever it is, let's say the guy went to smack. Boom, that hand goes up. The guy goes to shove your shoulder. Boom, right? If they're shoving this way, I like to go, see what I'm saying? So you want to try and avoid doing anything from inside out when somebody's coming straight down the middle, because being on the inside, look where put your hand. So you're better off coming from the outside here. Right there, you know what I'm saying? It's not beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do that. Grand smack to do, bro. Grand. It felt like nothing. It literally felt like this happened. And then it just opened. It was really usual. And the redder than usual. I always was told that really red blood is healthy, but it looked almost like blue. So I was like, yeah, it's not really healthy. The blood's really red. But it wouldn't stop. I showed him the picture. It's all over the floor. I moved my shoes. And then with the Band-Aid, I don't have to change the Band-Aid. This one, my fingers like can't that fit. It's like Band-Aid now. I didn't get to stop bleeding, so I went home and Liz. So I'm going to do the same thing when I go home now. I'm going to do this one. Yeah. What is it called? The bandage? Yeah. So I'm not crazy. But I digress. When you're coming up with these drills, okay, you picture, let's say the sand's coming here, right? You want to go 1, 2. Okay, you want to do the pull. Here's the place where you pull, so you go here. Boom. So you throw both at the same time. Boom. Hit both at the same time. So you're basically doing this. Where when you start, let's say you're going to show us your custom. You punch right here. You go 1, 2. Push right here. You go 1, 2. And you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4, or 4, whatever it is you want to do. But you're going to try to cut it down. Just like think about in reality if you got really scared. Because the thing is this, it's happened to me, but usually with loud noises. I have a neurological thing with loud, or with noise, I should say. I would be dead.
The same way we talk about the way to turn it down. Turn on the music.
I could be in the house, because remember when everybody's sleeping, and I sleep upstairs. So I could be sleeping and just hear, not the closing part, because the closing part obviously you do. If I hear my screen door open, downstairs in the patio, it'll wake me up from a dead sleep. Dead sleep. When I was 16, 15, I could sleep for freaking. As a matter of fact,
come there, kill everybody.
Hurricane Bell.
And you still asleep.
Was the only hurricane I remember hitting Orlando. It was in the 70s. Hurricane Bell was called. Look it up, Bell in the low season in the 70s. Hit Long Island. I slept through that one. I was, it was like Christmas. I thought, oh man, it didn't come, just like Santa Claus, right? Because you know, we were poor kids on the box, and it didn't come every year. And that's fun. Now, no, any new thing. So again, it's not what people talk about. This is serious. Affirmation. It's not the most important other ones. It's not affirmation. We're not talking about no, incantations. Incantations is shit. You got to be firm and firm. So when you're affirming something, an affirmation. To me, there's a difference between affirmation and incantation, but it doesn't make a difference. And I guess I tell myself that I got to be awesome, I got to be work, I got this and that. And then maybe when I go to sleep with that. So I guess it's like it's like you say something 10 times before you go to bed, 10 times when you wake up. It must work because I've trained myself to wake up out of a dead sleep when I hear any freaking noise, right? So when you tell yourself something enough, it's going to stick in your head. So you're going to tell yourself to do this, right? And since this makes sense, because when there's a loud noise, that's how you're going to react. Nobody keeps their hands down. They hear a loud noise. Right? As soon as the hands, this happens, the hands always come up. The hands always come up. So what you want to do is start training 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you cut it, boom, to what you want. So you're going to go 1, 2 is what you want. When you start, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see what I'm doing here? It is imperative when you're on someone. This has to happen. Elbow is in because now this is what I want to do. I know what he's going to do with this. He's going to try to get it close to his body because that's just what feels natural. This is my strong point. This is weak point, right? And then this is the drill that I want you to work. Very little resistance at first, right? It doesn't matter that you're not grabbing. There's only one guy can grab. Unless you want to swing around, bread. Okay. Boom. Okay? Boom. And see what happens if I let go and get caught. So instead, just one guy can do the grab, okay, and we're both elbow out, which we shouldn't be. And then I'm just going to do this. I'm going to take my hand, turn it up, and do this. And then he's going to do the same thing. And then I'm going to do the same thing. He's going to do the same thing. And you get used to, little by little. Then, we do that. Hold it, hold it. There you go, hold it. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. And that's exactly what you want to do. The second you can grab someone and you want to hit them in the face, if you do this drill like we have hundreds and hundreds of times, that's what you're going to do. When this happens, 1, 2. When this happens, I want you to be used to thinking about this drill where you're just going to take it back towards yourself, boom, turn it up, boom, see? Now you turn it up, boom, see? Now just bring it straight back. See? Do it again. Now turn. Flip, flip, bang. That's what's going to happen. You don't just want to pull them, you want to pull them and do this. Just like when you get a strike, like, yes! Right? When you're bowling strike. So, and drill that back and forth with slow motion so you get it. You won't slow it as far as you can. Okay? And then get there. There you go. And I go here, and he goes there, and I go here, and he goes there, and I go here. And then at first we just do it nice and easy with no force. And then you tell each other, turn that hand, 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 turn that hand. Boom. Every time you are in this position, and you feel his hand, your thought should be to grab and whip towards you. And as you're grabbing and whipping towards you, bang, at the same time. Do not do this. Do not do this where you're trying to pull it this towards your hip. Okay? And you want to drill this. So now you grab me, you pull, boom, I pull. You pull, right? Doesn't matter who's grabbing. Make sure you're getting used to turning that hand. Turning that hand. Turning that hand. Push comes to shove. Why? Yes. Why do you think I want to turn my hand? There's several reasons. You gotta notice these things as a man, because if you don't notice it on other people, you start forgetting at home, you know what I'm saying? Because your wife doesn't come here all the time. So if you notice it on everybody, then you notice it at home. People see this the opposite way. Why do you notice other women? Why do you notice He looks cool as shit. He's got a little Travolta, Stallone, Chris Tucker blend going.
Look, I love Chris Tucker. He's my favorite.
A manicure and a haircut. Oh, where's the haircut? I got a manicure one time when I was like $30. So,
Question why you pull it this way?
yeah, what do you, why is it such?
First one, you have a restricted.
That's one of the reasons.
Because of the vibe he is, just
Means what does that mean?
to conform, I don't know.
Balance. And perfect. That's what you said, because they're doing this. You said it, you just didn't say it with the word balance. Said on the reason.
Is it easier to move if you twist it one way?
Easier to move him, you mean? Yeah, well it is because you're adding, I don't know, all the forces, they go around like centrifugal and circular and all that, but we'll just call it centrifugal. Whether it is a scientist, don't call me a bullshit. Obviously, if I do this to him, boom, it's going to be a better effect than if I just pull or try to pull him. If I did it this way or this way. What other reasons? Any other reasons you guys can think about?
So you have the option of attacking from the inside?
That's not a good reason. But here, check this out. From here, I don't really have the inside. The inside is here. Mobility. So you see how there's more than one reason. But when you start seeing that now, as you've been here longer than the average person, you got to start thinking to yourself, where are these more prioritized? What's more important? That I hurt him, or that I get more pounds? Or that, so think about, okay, what would make him stop doing what he's doing? And if some people different. If it's hurt, that makes sense. If your balance is like this, if you smack him in the ear, that makes sense. Right? So anytime there's more than one reason for doing something, prioritize which one's more important. And then you tell yourself, boom, boom, boom.
When you say that, I'm using my technique. That's for my house. You mean you're good at that?
Yeah.
There's no, you're not going to scare you. I'm not going to shoot you in the fucking foot till the cop gets in your fucking bed, bro.
Absolutely.
And if you put me in a situation where I got to put my hands on you, I'm going to fucking pull press. I see that. It's fucked up, right?
No, it's not. No, but here's the
I'm just saying, like, if you take me there, bro, then you're just going to fucking, you run on yourself.
But that's why what we were just talking about before.
I mean, I'm saying a guy my size, not, you know, somebody smaller, a girl or something like that. So if somebody my size is bigger, dude, you put me in a situation where I have to be on you and defend myself.
So what I just told you, remember what we just spoke about when you first got here, right? That situation, tell me if you had a daughter, or if you have a daughter, you know, but let's say if you do, or you don't, or if that I wouldn't have the right to go over there and just beat this guy to just a pump, right? But the only thing I thought about was, here's the situation. Here's where control is so important. Just like you know that if somebody came to you, you've been seeing them for months and months and months, and you know there's nothing good going to happen in this person's health, and you know how painful it happens. I don't know anything about it, you know, I'm sure you know that people that are bedridden, some of them are probably like some kind of pain, they got on some like high, and they come up to you and say, help me kill myself. You know how hard it is because you know the pain they're in, you know they'd be going to a better place, but you know what's going to happen if you help them kill themselves. You know you're in jail, right? And that's what he and I were talking about. Huh? Yeah, can you give somebody like a letter? But what I'm saying is this. Then there's the chance if somebody like their mother, their uncle, whatever, says, oh, negligence. Then they can sue me. Let's just say you don't go to jail. But because it's a sue-happy society, they may say, hey, you were negligent. You gave him too much morphine. But see, now what I'm talking about is also now, on the moral standpoint, what do? Do you help take this person to where we know is a better place? I mean, with true believers. You know, that the other side is, I don't know, check. I don't know if, is that you now?
I got one.
So, you see what I'm saying? You got to understand, we have to have levels. We may not want levels, but again, if you curse at me, I should be allowed to, me in my world, smack you. And then maybe that rattles the right, but if you curse at me, I don't have the right to break your neck. It's weird. If you put your hands on my daughter, I should have the right to rip your ears off. You pull a gun on my daughter, I should have the right to put you in a wheelchair for 6-8 months. But here's the problem. It's not up to me. Any of the way laws are written, you go in front of a judge and jury and 12 bananas, decide, oh yeah, that was too much. Well, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, with this you have to. You just have to have levels. Because at the end of the day, if you got something to lose, 50 grand, 10 grand, I don't know, you got 6 grand. And then they come in and say, hey, you got to pay this guy's hospital bills plus 10,000 in stuff. So now you have $30,000 put away, you know, so you can go on vacation next year to Germany, and now Germany's not cool. Those are things you got to think about. I don't be the person like, but you got to understand, consequences. I've always told you guys, I don't tell you what to do. I don't even tell you what to use. I just give you this toolbox. You want to go out and use the toolbox and build a shed? Cool. You want to build a house? Go build it. You want to build a chalet? More power to you. I'm going to give you the tools, and I'm going to tell you what can be done with those tools. And it's on you, because it's happened. It happened in the 50s. It happened to James Matosi. Matosi went to jail for something one of his students did. Not something he did. He taught something to a student. The student went and killed somebody. He went to jail. This was like in the 40s or 50s in Hawaii. I think it is. I know he's not. But he went and would be like, you don't want to mess somebody up, I go to jail. And nowadays, this happens to me also. Again, I don't give a flip what they do. I mean, to me, they deserve what they deserve. Somebody does something to you, and you feel like you should do this. Do it. His jury may not go, you know, they don't give you this, and they give you that. You're like, well, they give you this one, right? So you guys can choose whatever. But, so, the reason that I prioritize this one, I happen to go here. Boom. Okay? Once I grab this, okay, and I turn it towards me, I'm going to get the momentum. So I'm going to touch this hip and turn it back in. So I'm going to get this motion, right? If I pull, it doesn't make me want, right? That doesn't make me want to pull my hip. Doing this makes me want to pull my hip. So it makes me want to do other things that make sense. When I hit a ball, it makes me want to put my body into it. So this, when I do this, it makes me want to do this. It makes me, even if I hit you this way, or I bottom fist you, but it makes me want to continue that move. Okay? So that I'm going to go 1, okay, and then from here, I'm just going to go right the other way, and I'm going to go 2. Right? And then this is right here. That hand starts to come up. Boom! Before it can come up, I can bring it down. And then I shoot this straight forward. Okay? So when I'm doing this, I don't just do this. I put my whole body into it and I swing. Almost like if I'm going to swing a bow or a big axe. Right? And everything goes into it. So you can turn everything into it. You hit it with a bottom fist. You can scrape the eyes. Hit with the body. Okay? And then again, you're gonna move everything. Both hands, body, hips, that way. Okay? And then back the other way. So what I'm saying is the reason I like to do this is see, so I put my body into it. And as I put my body into it, everything. This goes that way, this goes that way, this goes that way. And then everything's gonna come back. Huh? Why can't I go back and what hit this? Good. But then what happens is I'm using both hands, now I'm just using one, and I have nothing here. Where here, what's he gonna do? Right up here, boom, he's probably gonna flinch. So that's why I want to take this one and push it down. Because this is probably gonna do that. So I'm gonna go 1, okay? And then as he pushes this up, since I don't want to fight it, he's gonna move this up. And I'm just gonna move it out of the way. So I'm gonna go 1, and then this is gonna go 2. 1, 2. That's why when you see stuff in martial arts that goes like this. Okay, that moves and then goes this way, or it goes this way. This kind of stuff. Okay? That's basically backwards of this. Where I'm going this way. See what this one's doing and this one's doing? Now it's going to be backwards. So now this one is going to go down, and this one's going to go here. So it's this move right here. Okay? If I pull him here and I hit him, I can also, if I was turned this way for some reason, I can take this one and go here. So I can move this one out of the way and hit at the same time. Move this out of the way and hit. So simultaneously I'm going to go bang, bang, bang. See? And it gets me used to moving both hands at the same time. and put hips into it, and put my feet. You guys understand that? So now you're going to do that, slow motion. Don't put any pressure on the grip. You're going to go 1, closed, now you're going to open with this one. 2. So this is going to be, this one's grabbing and hitting, bang. This is bottom, so it's easy. Boom! So that's what you're going to do. See, boom, as hard as you can. So you're going to whack in the face, bang! And then this, since it's going to be way over there, you're going to swing it. Make sure this, the majority of it, I don't care if it's here, I don't want it to be here. I want the majority of this arm to be down here, I have to go way up. The majority of this arm, and you're going to swing with your whole body. This, make sure it goes out of the way. Because I want him to eat that. Okay? Down here, go bang, bang.
I see, so it's, boom.
Do it again.
Yeah, so it's,
Poke each other in the eye. Yeah? There you go. But you see how you're using your hand, and it's so easy to slip out of the way? What I want you to do is from this, hit hard, and take this and move it out of the way. Just get it out of the way. Boom. And then, again, after you hit, you do the same thing. You move this out of the way and hit again. If that hand comes up, now you move this, pull this out of the way. She happens to just throw that up again, you do the same thing. She stops it on the inside.
so you want to try?
Boom. There you go. Now I do the same thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Got it? So we go here. You're going to pull.
Yeah.
Just pull it and smack you in the head with the bottom of it.
It is.
Boom. This one.
Yeah.
Switch feet again. So we're going to stop here. You're going to grab this, slow motion. Don't do anything with this one. And pull it toward your head. Pull it. There you go. Pull it toward your head. Boom. Pull it toward your head. Boom.
Yeah.
Bottom. Bottom. You got to your hand.
Yeah.
Boom. Like you're trying to put lands in my ear. Like you're trying to put a lance. Boom. Into my ear. Into my ear. Into my ear. Now, go through. Boom. Go all the way through. Okay? Boom. There you go. Now you're going to get there. Now you're going to take this. You're going to, since you're way over there, you're going to swing this out of the way. And do that. Remember, stop trying to punch it. The bottom.
He's just showing
The bottom just works so much better because it's harder for you to do it yourself.
Mhm.
So let's do this, guys. So let's face the mirror so you can practice this. Right? You get your hand up. You're going to move that hand out of the way. Boom. So you're smashing that head. Right? After you hit the head, okay, you're going to take this. When you move this out of the way, let's go wham. So you want to get used to going swing, 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 boom. So this is exaggerated, but so that you can learn it because it seems weird. But if you had a bat in your hand, this would not seem weird at all. And if you just drop this and keep swinging at that, it's a very normal motion. And that's what you're doing. You're removing this after I hit you, boom, that arm is here, I'm taking it out of the way and hitting you again. And regardless of what happens, I can either grab again, depending, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what you're going to do. But regardless, I can go here, I can go here, right? I can go here, I can go here.
So what about like if it was the front, like the front, right?
Bang, bang.
Yeah, that's it. Boom.
Because the motion of your body, if I'm doing this, if I'm doing this, if I'm doing this, if I'm doing this, it doesn't make a difference. I can go here with a chop. I can turn and go here. I can turn and go here. And hit with this. I can turn. So all I'm doing is getting so that you're understanding the whole body shifting. But you do it fast enough to where it's like, well, that would never work. Yeah, because when people teach it in big circles, like a tractor trailer wheel, and you gotta go like this just to get one turn out of the thing, people don't just condense it. I teach it to you, it's just like the crawling. The crawling to walking to running is the same thing as big wheel to regular wheel to go-kart wheel. So everything I teach you, the big circles, all you gotta do is figure out how to make them smaller. It's just like tying a knot. You can make a knot as tight as you want. The tighter the knot, the smaller it's gonna get. It's obvious. You tie a big knot, a big rope, and you just tie it loose. The knot's like this. And the more you tighten it, it gets tighter. That's why it's called tight. Tighter, smaller. So this hand is up. Now it's down. I miss what I once hit my target on completely, and he puts that hand up. Bang! He stops it right there. He stops it. All I've got to do is grab this again and do the same thing. He happens to get this hand up. Put it through here so you don't block yourself. Boom! He puts that up. Right? The same thing, I got to learn how to keep this here. Boom! And hit. Hit my be a
So
short
it's
shot.
basically just reaching for the wrists, basically. Reach for the wrist and hit.
And then if you can't move it with the pulling or the jerking hand, then you just swing it out of the way.
Ready?
Okay? Give me 1 second. I gotta see who's
Texting me.
Again. Instead of grabbing, it's an inverted. You know what I'm saying? Like you go down. Your five, that's five. Boom, boom, nice. That's okay. You can do it. You're good. Yeah, boom. Yeah. Move it out of the way hard, just one time, and just so you get the feel of it. Boom, boom. You did it. See, put your hand on it rather than boom, boom. There you go. That's it. Yeah. See?
But if it's about to hold the ball, I don't know. If it's about to hold the ball, I don't know.
Is your phone on?
Yeah.
Oh, I hear this noise on it. Calm it up. Boom, boom, boom. And see what you do. Somebody wants to punch, just ready again. You do that like a beer, but if you're saying,
So let's say
you're gonna
the
put a lance,
like this.
or you're gonna put a lance.
You're
in
really
front of
in
you.
this situation.
Boom, there you go.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom, or lift your elbow. Yeah, or that.
Boom.
That's good.
Yeah.
Lift your elbow.
So now as I'm going to do that, start going live into it.
Move it out. Make
Boom.
range it out.
Push it up. Boom, like you're gonna
Boom, you
swing
swing
it.
it.
Dollar.
Yeah.
Boom. So let's go with the top. Go. Boom.
Oh,
There you go.
one.
Boom. Good. Boom. And then after that,
See?
as soon as you swing, swing it through. And then you're gonna take this, keep that back there. You're gonna move this side of the way, and then do something that's boom. See that hand? Boom. You see that? You're gonna let it here, so that you make sure that this is out of the way as you hit.
Wrong.
Oh, there you go. And then you have to do it again, so you take this over.
I have like a
This out of the way, here, move out of the way, move down. Boom. And then take this one, do the same thing. Boom, and then do the same thing. Boom. So get that flow going. You saw that? Just to get that flow going. So from any situation, the same thing. Let's say you're standing here, okay? Like it's happened to people on the train, and you're facing this way, I'm facing that way. And you reach to go for my wallet, right? To pickpocket. That's a boom, perfect place. You get the hand out of the way, bang, and hit him right in the head. And that's all you're doing is the same thing. Getting his hand away from your wallet, boom, bang. And now the reason you want to do this, let's say he made it into your pocket, he's on his way out of your pocket. Bang, he's got your wallet in his hand. Okay, from here, right over here. Bang, I'm gonna get my wallet back, put it in my pocket, and keep walking. After those two shots, he's gonna be like this. Got it? So he reaches here, and you're just going, boom, boom, get your wallet, get out of dodge. Or on the first shot, bang, after you hit him, bring this hand out and get your wallet, and then swing it in. Okay? When you start picturing this kind of stuff, you won't ever question drills. Well, what's this drill? This drill makes absolutely no sense. And especially with the way you're rolling your hands and you're going, well, yeah, it makes sense. Because nobody goes and reaches in their pocket like this. You know what I'm saying? Hands, wrists move, right? What happened?
Yes, I have my wallet. It's like you might as well face it, literally.
You see what I'm saying? So now it's the same thing. So now I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna grab for your wallet. Swing. Whoa.
Just knocking it, not grabbing it.
No, just not yet. I'm here, just knock it out of the way. Bang! There you go. Again, I reach for your wallet. Bang! Now, if your hand is too close to mine, there's nothing wrong with bringing it here a little bit. So you can kind of wind it up so you can go back a little bit. Bang! There you go. Bang! Bang! Now, slow motion, hit.
That's it.
Boom! Now you're gonna take this one, same thing, keep that hand going, get this one out of the way. Boom, beautiful. So that's, and you start picturing, what other scenarios could that happen from? And then you just, but now, you want to practice the drill again. And then go back and forth, figure out, I go here. She swings, boom, there you go. Can I punch? Yeah, she can punch. Does she bottom fist? Yeah, she can bottom fist. Does she just look me straight in the eye? Boom. Boom, yeah. Any of it, right? But do the drill this way. So you're going to go from here. So start here, but instead of just starting here, both go for an eye poke. Boom. And you're picturing yourself both doing an eye poke. I'm trying to eye poke, you're trying to eye poke. There you go, see? And we end up here. And then you've already decided which guy's going to go. I'm going to go there. He just, we work on this side who's going to go. So, yeah, boom, he goes. He's going to go, bang. You see what you're doing when you punch him straight in? Boom, now, boom. You see, all that's happening is this. There's no hit going, so you're getting like a third of the power. You're still probably going to knock him out because you're a bigger guy. But what I want you to practice is to swing me out of, yeah, that's it. That's it for me 5 minutes ago. I would have been dead. I want you to go pull and hit with, put your whole body into it and bottom fist. Bottom fist. See, you know, here's what I see what you're saying. Okay. This is what I'm saying. I want to get used to because you can go bang and get both out of the way. And then if you want to go straight, you go straight. So you go bang, boom, boom. There you go. And then you just forget it. So slow motion, you're going to go pull and turn, boom, turn, boom. Now go back. Turn. But I want you to keep doing this. This is what I want you to keep doing. So you can get just used to this, right? It doesn't matter if you're swinging this out of the way closed or open. But this one has to remain closed. Bang, move, bang. So you get used to this. Once this, you're going to get used to just moving. So even if you were reaching, right, because you get used to this, right, all this motion, now you reach front, and I'm going here, right? Now you're reaching high, I'm doing the same thing. I'm moving it, I'm swinging it and going. I'm swinging it and going. I'm swinging high and going, right? And then it looks a lot like the karate kid shit. That's what I want you to get your body movements, because you're just moving stuff out of the way. So move it and hit. This is the move. This is the move. This is the hit. This is the move. This is the hit. See, and I can move from here. I can move from here. I can move from here. So it doesn't matter if she's back and down, right in front of me and high, in the middle, reaching for here. My motion is still boom. My motion is still boom. Right? Practice that.
Yeah.
Let me get some water.
Okay, one time or what? Okay, go. Do that. And then use that. Well, not doing this. And then just keep bringing it back and boom.
Sorry guys, I keep forgetting my doggone. Let me turn off the stupid fan. Bendiciones, Mr. Philip.
I want to turn this off because this is too close to that. So let's see. Let's watch you do it.
You do it. Yeah. Okay, good. Then you can do it. Boom, 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 boom. Up. Just boom. Flat, flat, flat. You just keep swinging my arm back and forth. Boom, boom, boom. Swing. Yeah. Boom.
So we're going to start by trying to touch each other's eyeballs. Boom, boom, boom. Very good. One more, two more. And from there you go. Bang. Move. Bang. Remove the same way. So you're not changing anything up. Just keep doing this. So it's here. Good. Let's face the mirrors. Let's go, guys. This is how you're going to get better. I know it seems weird, but it's not. Because once we get this, because you know how we were talking about this? It's easier to keep both closed. So here, nice and slow so you get the feel, right? Under the elbow, boom. See, inside the elbow. See, you want to get it to look like I'm doing it. See how I'm moving by the elbow, hitting the head by the elbow, by the elbow, by the elbow. I can go out further. Okay, see, I'm turning my hip, bang, I'm hitting, I'm getting out of the way. Getting it out of the way, getting it out of the way. Getting it. Here's how you want it to look. That's why forms look pretty. But then you start putting the functionality. 1, 2. Remember you're hitting. See how my hands are moving, where they're at? The space between them, and not like this, right? Wham, right? Because once I hit, I'm out here. This one's going to move this out of the way. By it being here, it lets me wind up and go. If I do this, then you guys are feeling weird to do this. Well, the reason it feels weird is because you didn't swing it out and get this thought going, which is this thought. This is the thought you should have going. Put the hips into it. Boom, boom, hit the head, get removing hip, removing hip, removing hip, removing hip. You can hit the temple, you can hit the jaw. Let's say you happen to have, make it smooth, make it smooth. And as you move it, hit, boom, boom, boom. Now, if you can do this, as weird as it may sound, you have somebody attacking you. Think about, you're at a party. You pick up this way, 2 forks. Okay? I go to reach for you. I want you to do this technique. So you're going to remove, instead of remove with this high, you're going to, hand is closed, you're going to stick the first fork in my hand, right? Stick that fork in my hand. That's going to hurt. Straight through. Bang, right? She's got this hand over here already. Now she's going to move me out of the way with that, with the fork. It's in my hand now, so you're going to move me out of the way and stick that other one in my head. Bang. So you're going to put it in my hand, move it out of the way, put it in my head. Bang, bang. So I have these 2 forks that I just picked up, right? They're hanging out here, right? So the fork is there. You go to do something, then you bang, I move that hand, and I stick this one. Now you're going to move my hand, and at the same time, after the hand, hold on, slow down. See, you're always trying to push that down. Just stick it and get out of the way. And as you get there, leave that one there. Push me and stick that one on my leg. Bang! So now it's the same thing. High, low. Your hand was high. I stuck this in your hand, and this one in your leg, or in your rib, or in your rib and in your head, or in your hand and in your rib, or in your hand, put your hand up, hand and elbow, right? Or forearm. So that, see, this doesn't do anything. Well, we just stops that. But if I had a knife, it's going to go through his hand. A fork is going to go through his hand. A pen is going to go through his hand. A screwdriver is going to go through his hand. An ice piece is going to go through his hand. And I'm just going to go here, boom. Now because I know how to do this, bang. He's going to go with it. If I'm going like that, he's not going to go against that. So now what I do, I take this and I go wham, boom, and I pin it into his stomach. So I go through his hand and pin his hand to his hip. Because I'm doing boom, this. So I go here, boom, boom. So it's going to go in here and then pinned into him. While it's all torn and ripped. This is the sick shit that you need to be thinking about. It's an unfortunate reality. But if you're thinking this, yeah, then you're screwed. But if I'm putting forks, and I'm putting forks in you, you're done. Right? You have to have shorts on. Boom, and I can see your leg. And I go, oh, boom, that's exactly where the femoral is. Bye-bye bird. Right? And it's the same thing. I can go to remove this and hit here would be the same thing. To plunge something in here, just go plunge, right? Plunge. Let's say this one is just my hand. There's nothing in this hand. So if we go plunge, keep this going, right? This is in his hand. I'll this one, pull this out, bang, put it in here, hit it again, and then I place it like this. Do that too. Exactly. But that's why you want a bottom fist, because if you punch somebody and they drop their head or whatever, so get used to hitting with the bottom fist. Because see where your elbows are? Look at this. Look at this. You're nice and tight. Bang. Right? So I stick something and hit. Stick and hit. Stick, stick, hit, hit. Right? So I turn, boom, and I switch it. Boom, boom. That's why I said the good thing is I pin it. I hit. I went through your hand and pinned it here. I went through here, you put the other hand up, I got both hands, and now you got skewer in your hand. Skewer. That's the word we're looking for. Let's watch the skewer. Go ahead. Boom. Skewer, you skewer me. Just think you got 2 forks. Do whatever you want to do. As long as this is happening, I don't care what it is. You put it into my hand and pin it somewhere. Okay? Put it into my hand and pin it. There it is. It's pinned into my leg or possibly somewhere else. Right? I go to reach for you. Pin, boom, boom. Make sure this is not what I want. This is what I want. Why? As you move me, put that through my hand. Right? Now see how you're still in front of me? Turn this way. right? Now, turn. There you go, see? Now I gotta go like this to hurt your center mass. Now as you have this knife in my hand or a fork, I'm gonna do whatever you want. And you got that other one in that hand. Boom, there you go.
Eyeball, fuck. Man.
So,
Damn.
good. Fork, boom. Fork, boom. Don't do the same one again and again and again. Hit it to my leg. Hit it to my other hand. Boom. Bang. There you go. But you cross. You take. I didn't even know if I was about to say something. Hello? I don't know what that is. I can't see that fork. Boom. Boom. There you go. Now, watch what another one of the things. Now, you're going to take this. Boom. You're going to poke. Pin it to this side. Boom. Now, remove. There you go. Now, this one's pinned here. I'm going to have to work. You're going to take this one. Let's say you were weaker, which you're not. I'm just saying. Right? And you remove that. Grab that wrist if you want to get the final shot. So, you know, this is whatever your own wrist. This one. Because this one has the other thing in it. Okay. Now. Yeah. Now you got this. See what I'm saying? So you're going to pin this here. Boom. Yeah. That's it. Because after you pin this, boom, to here. You know how. There you go. And you see where that hand was? Boom. Put that. Boom. See? Do it again. Boom. No. Let's do it right. Boom. Boom. Leave it right there. You see how hard it's going to be for me to move this hand? Yeah. See what I'm saying? So you start pinning things to people's bodies as opposed to, because it's on the same thing. As crazy as it sounds, it's obvious if I slit your throat, you're going to bleed out. You're going to bleed out. I pinned his hand to his hip. So that it hurt, number one. And then I tried to pin the other one right here so he couldn't move his shoulder. So now he can't move his leg, can't move his shoulder. When you can prove scientific things on how you're trying to deal with the anatomy to immobilize someone, you know how much more work it takes to know something like that, explain something like that, so you look very intelligent. Anybody can just cut your throat. Anybody can just stick something in your throat and comes out the other end, and what's going to happen? Everybody knows what happens. You die. But nobody knows stuff like this. Right? Boom, I take a fork and I put it through your hand. That's going to hurt like hell, and now it's pinned to my hand. Let's imagine those, what are those big ones called? I only have a tube that you use for steaks on the grill. I guess they just call it a big fork, but there's a word for it, because it only has 2 prongs. But it's like this damn long.
Steak fork.
You go, I'll put your hand up. You go like that, that thing's going to come out about that far. You stick that in somebody on an angle, right? And then twist it a little bit before you pull out. It's going to take some work for that to come out. And it hurts like hell. And a lot of people would kind of be like this for a couple seconds straight, because you're definitely just going to rip that thing out. Some people might put it, but there's always a split second of, oh shit. But by the time I say, oh shit, boom. You got a second one, so you're going to go boom.
I had one, so say one for a second.
This guy's a psychopath. But you see where those drills are coming from? And as soon as, now if you look, huh? Yeah, but you got to think about these things. If you're stabbing anybody for any reason, the reason should always be at this level. It shouldn't be, you know, where's my paper route money? If you're collecting for your paper route and stabbing people in the neck, you're going to jail. You know what I mean? Somebody touched your daughter, you probably could get a lesser sentence. What do they call that when you do something out of aggravation or, you know, mad? Yeah, temporary insanity. People do, like in lover stuff, they call it, there's a word for that one too, where because, you know, you're a man in love and you're freaked out. There's tons of shit. Listen, there's a guy in California, remember the yellow dye defense? There's yellow dye number 5. You know how it's red? I think it's 3. It says red 3. You see most of the shit that we eat. You'll say red 3, yellow 5, whatever. He said that the yellow 5 in Twinkies made him crazy. They use the yellow 5 defense. They said that, yeah, he's got the certain how to use the yellow dye number 5. And then they called it the yellow dye number 5 defense. He got off. They called it the Twinkie defense, the yellow dye number 5. He got over because how? I guess you could prove anything. And you can always reenact stuff. But yeah, so he got over on the Twinkie defense. So I don't know the realities of this stuff, but I know that people's psychology, the difference between me sticking something in your hand and then pinning it to your body is going to make it kind of be like, what the piss? I don't want to mess with this guy, right? So, but understand what it is that we're saying. Boom. Let's say you have a bat in this hand and you're going to break his knee. Boom. And just hit him in the temple. You're going to take this and stick it in his temple. You're at a bar and there's 3 guys with broken bottles coming at you, all bets are off, bro. All bets are off. Especially if you're a chick. Some dude comes running at you with something sharp and says, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to rape you, I'm going to take you to my house, or some drunk guy says, you're coming home with me. That sounds like kidnapping. I say to you, you're coming home with me, and you don't want to go home with me, and I take you home with me. Is that not kidnapping? Well, that's illegal. I'm not going to kidnap her and buy her dinner and maybe sit on an abduction and watch Netflix, or same with you. I say, you're coming home with me. You're like, no, I'm not. Or you're going to go mow my lawn. Right? It's still abduction, and then slave labor is also illegal. So no, I cannot take you to my house and make you mow my lawn. So if you decide to crack me in the head, you have every right. If I put my hands on, now, depending on how crazy I am or what I've done throughout the night, in that bar where 10 witnesses are going to be like, yeah, I don't know, that guy was shot in the head. If 10 people, testify, there you go, to that, believe me, you're going to get over. Now, if people testify the opposite, that Mr. Pedro was there drinking, acting like an asshole, telling me how great a martial artist he is, and he'll clean house here, no problem, because he's the one that did all the stunts for Roadhouse. Remember that group, Patrick Swayze? Right? They're going to throw me in jail. They're going to throw me in jail. Right? So, pin it to my pin it. Boom, pin it. Boom, good. Pin it. Boom, boom, boom. Now, I want you to pin this one. There you go. Boom, there you go. Short shot. Pin it that one. That one. Nah, don't set it up. You can use that one now. Pin it. Boom, good. Pin it. Boom. Now pin with this one. Boom, there you go. See how we do this? That one. Boom. That one. Boom. Got it? Do it with her, do it with him. I just got paged out 40 minutes ago, which means somebody's going to be pissed. Hold on for that. This one, right.
Okay.
Reach for his head. Reach for his head first. There you go. We're going to pin to that. Boom. Done. Boom. Beautiful. Again, same time. Boom. Boom. Now just make it nice and smooth. Nice little sort of other hand now. There you go. No, you use the hand. It doesn't matter. I want you to use the other hand. Boom. There you go. Again. Now, I want you to go across and pin it to here.
Same man?
Yep. Boom. Pin it to the shoulder. Back. There you go. There you go.
Too far away.
Now, remember, when you stick something in my hand, boom, it's going to be easy for you to stick that. That was stuck. Now, I got this thing going on, we're freaking out. Now, depending how far into whatever is here you went, and then I go, and I do go, because here's the thing with pinning high. Pinning low, I can do this. Pinning on this side, I can do this. Pinning up high, it's harder. Just try doing this versus touching yourself anywhere else. Right? So I can do this easy. I can do this easy. I can't do this that easy. And this hand is already pinned here. So for me to pull that out, I gotta sit there and do weird shit. Right? That's why it's nice to pin across and high, even if it's here. So you get, if I go like this, you went to reach me, and I just went, wham, boom, and pinned it right there. Now you gotta go, obviously get that hand out of there, and pull that out. See how weird that feels? Now, I want this pin here, I'm going to pin it here, pull that out.
Yeah, you're assessing. Wasting 1 second assessing him.
But this here, this is a lot easier. Pulling, so this is what I'm saying. Pull that out. Just grab that. There you go. Grab the other way. There you go. Put it down, reach and pull it out. Boom. Reach and pull it out the other way. Boom. Okay. Now reach and pull it out. See what I mean?
Yeah.
See what I mean? How much easier this is than doing this? So you want to pin across. And then it also teaches you not only to, you go like this, boom, to pin across, it teaches you I have to have your hand, and I can whip it across. I whip, okay, and feed to here. And then hit here, boom, feed to here, and then lose my hand. So by learning how to go pin to here, I'm also learning how to go boom, whip to here, and then feed it to this one, bring this one across here, and then I choke it out. Okay? Try that with each other. Nice and gentle. Just bring the hand. Start from here. Remember, you're both going to take your right hand and touch each other's building cap. Boom. And then he's going to go and bring this around. Bring it around to my neck. Boom, 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 boom. You're going to go around with the other one. Boom, 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 boom. You're going to take that one through here. Boom, 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 boom. You're going to go and squeeze. Scissor. Like you're doing with hedges. There you go. Here you go. I'll hit them. There you go. Boom. Feet there. Make sure you grab the wrist. Now grab yourself here. And squeeze it.
You're making the scissors like toward the back of mine.
So you pull it this way, and push your elbow that way. Watch, so you can feel it. This is what you're trying to do. You're gonna grab this one, okay? Easy. Grabbing this one. This one's gonna go through here, okay? See where I'm grabbing here? You're gonna squeeze like that. So this one's coming this way. This one's coming this way. This one is going that way. Yeah, do it to me. Boom. Okay. Boom. Good. Bring it there. Now grab the wrist. Grab the wrist. There you go. Now you're going to grab your own. Get it tight. Grab your own. Grab this arm. There you go. And now squeeze this one and bring this up over close. And bring this one back towards you. This one goes that way. Perfect. And that one, pull it that way. There you go. So you want to take this one, so now do it without this one. We're going to go here, just so you can practice out. Not this one, boom, back to there, boom, grab. Now I want you to take that and bring it towards you. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Look towards you. There you go, that's what you want to do. Sneak the other one in. All right, and bring that to our game. There you go. Okay?
Like that.
So it's a scissors motion, so you can watch it.
Yeah.
This one is going like this. Right, so I'm squeezing in here and going like that. I'm bringing that towards him. Squeeze this one in towards him and this one towards me. Right? It may not hurt. It may be just uncomfortable. But it doesn't matter. As long as you squeeze hard, there's no blood flow. 15 seconds, unless you're some kind of really high-end crazy person, 15 seconds, you're really, really good. Now you go. Let me see you do it again. Let me see you do it again one time. Bring it around. Trade it off to the other hand. Bring that one through. Nice and easy. There you go.
Now, for me to protect myself from this move, should I not do that?
Number one, here's something here so you can see it. You step over there. You're going to be here. You're going to come and attack me. Slide over. I want her to see. You're going to attack. Here. There you go. Right? So, boom. Not attacking, you're going to do it to me. So, you grab. Right? The second I feel this, if this hand is free, what I have to do, again, this goes by steps. Go back. Tick, 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 tick. The second this starts going across here, right? And that gets to over there. You see where that is? This hand is got to go here. Go ahead and grab. Right, boom. So this hand goes here. Right? Where does that hand want to be?
Our head?
Yeah.
Through here.
Through there. So put it through there. That's what you got to be. Okay? And then this is going to be here. The second you can do. Yeah.
You can't get in there.
Exactly. And the important thing, he's bringing this across. Once this gets to here, I know what he's looking to do. He's got to get that hand in this little hole. I got to make that little hole tiny. Right? And you know how I make it even tinier? I go through here and I do this. Okay? Or like I did on the other one. As he sticks that in there, okay, I stick mine in here. And just bump up. Go ahead, do it again. Get it out of there and do it again. There you go. And I go like this, get it out of there and do it again. I go like this, and he gets it out of there, get it out of there and do it again. And I go like this. And he keeps doing that. And that's the game you're going to keep playing.
Is there a way you can, kind of
What I do,
put your own hand here so you can't get in there?
I do this. Turn around, go ahead. Boom, he gets here. Tick, 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 tick. I put my hand here. I do this. And then, again, if I'm doing this, he can't choke me out. I have to be able, if I can do this, if I can touch both of my shoulders, go ahead and come down from there. That's what's called turtle position. You may be able to go in so hard, you may be able to hurt my neck a little bit, okay? But I have to be able, the closer he gets to tighten it up, tighten it up, tighten it up, okay? I have to be able to get close enough to spit on. Don't let that up. What's up with it? Not. I don't think so. Not bad. Right here. What I have to do is I have to keep this tight. I have to, and then take a chance. Okay? Which is not really a bad chance, because from here, it's real hard for him to get through that hole. He's gonna have to lift my elbow up, lift and shoot across. And he gets across, I just gotta drop it here. Hold that position. Get back, get back, get back. Hold this position. Hold it, don't let me get through this hole, okay? Don't let me get through the hole. Deep breath. Take it across. Boom, 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 boom. They don't, I'll let you get over in. Okay? Don't let me go through that hole. Okay? Easy there. Especially don't sweaty. I'm not that sweaty. It's very hard to do because the way his elbow is, all I gotta do is this. Alright? Push down. See how all I gotta do is stay there. He's never gonna be able to touch here. Never gonna be able to touch. I mean, like I said,
Does not get out of the headlock, dude?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I apologize for
That's
that.
okay. Right? Doesn't that suck too? How long are you gonna try to do that? I'll go try something else. Shit!
Show me what I did.
So, wrap this around. Okay? Boom. Boom. You put that, get over here so you can see. Over here, sorry. Boom. Right? And you're gonna do the scissors. Right? So this cuts this blood off. And that cuts that squeeze. And I'm gonna squeeze. That's what I'm supposed to do. And then how do you get out of there? Like I said, you should be doing stuff in steps. You don't wait till you hog tie on the ground. Right? So the first one is, as soon as he goes across and brings this to here, okay, and he goes to go through here, I can drop chin, drop here. He makes it through, okay, what? I gotta take a chance and drop this here. Okay? So as I can't let this happen. Hold this here as tight as you can. Right? I can still drop that. So I'm gonna have to drop this. As long as this is here, I can't let the head that happen. That's what the problem is. So when I try to sneak this, go back a little bit, try to sneak that down. Okay, complete that. You can't. Okay.
So you just put the elbow in the shoulder in the pit.
It's actually what I said. So you put it right bicep. So let go. Then if he gets from here to here, and as soon as he goes down, I stick this one in here. What's he gonna do? There you go. Go back in. So just do this. So remember that thing that we were talking about doing this? And knowing that motion, so he gets me to here, and I'm going, whoop, that's what I'm thinking. Boom, 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 boom. Right? He gets it all the way. Okay? Boom, boom, boom. Okay? All I gotta do is get it in. There you go. Okay? All I gotta do is lift. Don't let me lift this. All I gotta do is lift this.
Yeah. Didn't just get that motion, I get somebody in my box. This, and then like this.
Just use one hand. We're gonna go out the back. Grab. Just grab. Boom. Bring it across to here. Boom. Switch it. Now go around. Grab my wrist. Get it full. There you go. Now bring this, whip it towards you. As tight as you can. Get this thing. I mean, try to get this. So the garage door. There you go. There you get. Now, don't use any force. Then you're gonna take this, go towards me. There you go. And that one. Squeeze this towards me too. There you go. That's the one. Do it again.
Do I grab my arm?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were. Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, you gotta grab this one.
Okay.
Go ahead and do it again. Boom. Rap. Boom. You got it. There you go. Boom. Now grab your arm as low as you can. The lower the better, because it makes it tighter. There you go. And now squeeze. Squeeze the whole thing. Especially the head clipper. Just like a head clipper, Doc. Yeah, there you go. Good. Yeah. All right.
If you're being attacked, can you try to go for the eyes instead of the arm? You're gambling, maybe just your chance to get the arm.
The eyes are always good. And I say, the less technical you are, and fast, let's say you're fast, you're going to thumb the eye. So if we go here, right, I'll put you in, so we go, so we can see. So you're going to go, at what position you're talking about to get to here? Boom, I go here, boom. I get to here, I go here, boom, right, there you go. I would see where you're at.
Yeah, I meant before the arm.
Okay, at what point do you want to go for mine? Boom, I go here,
Like now.
go. Boom. But you see what you're doing? Do this one. Get the thumb in. Bang. That's just one. This one here. Boom. So you go. Instead of trying to get, so the second that I get, and I start putting this one here, as soon as I grab, boom. Boom. I went to this number. And anytime you get now, after you get my eye, since I'm probably not going to let go, boom, right? I bring this to here, right? Thumb my eye. Boom. As soon as I go here, which one of you will do is remember I was talking about twisting? So do a little bit of the twisting, so you can take this and bottom twisting, boom, right here. So you're gonna go thumb and twist, boom, twist around. So I'm gonna do to you, do what to me, right? Boom. You get to here, I thumb your eye. Boom, as soon as I thumb your eye, boom, I'm gonna go bang. So I'm gonna go thumb, swing back. Thumb, swing back. Thumb, so we're back to the same, see what I'm saying? Once you get that in your head, that is just a motion, I start swinging stuff. You don't have to do thumb my eye like that. After you thumb my eye, hit me here. After you thumb my eye, just turn this around and hit you. That's what I like. As soon as you're thinking, boom, when you want to forget, when you want to forget, when you want to forget, boom, you back, you forgot, boom, there you go. And then, let's say I get you to here, boom, 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 straight, boom. Nobody there right now is going to use two hands, let's say it's your while you're going for the eye. Nobody would do that. Leave, yeah, leave in a second. Nobody would stay here. Nobody's going to stay, this is thumb my eye. Nobody's going to stay here like this. I did try to close their eye. One of the hands is out. Nobody. It's not going to happen, man. Nobody's going to sit there because you can't get enough of this. You know, you got to get that, just like we have an itch, you know, so some people are like, take it easy, baby, take it up. You sit there and say, I don't know if you have allergies. Man, I've sat there when you can hear my eye, I don't even now. Multiply it by 3. Where you need to swing. It's like, dude, that's eye juice. Yeah. All right, guys. I got called out. I got to get out of here today. I got called out about 44 minutes ago. Thank you, guys. Sorry I forgot the mic, guys. Philip, Dios te bendiga. Who else we got out here? Dios me lo bendiga a todo. Ben, what's up, buddy? Sherry, what's going on, sweetheart? See you guys. God bless. Bye-bye.